Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I decided I wanted to do a eyeshadow palette declutter because I have way too many eyeshadows and I'm not using them all. So I decided to, just declutter some and give some away to whoever I feel like would use it. So let's start off with how many eyeshadow palettes I currently own. I own 55 eyeshadow palettes. And that may not seem like a lot to some, but it seems like way too much for me. So we are going to declutter. So let's start off with the closest pile, I guess. That makes the most sense, right? So these three eyeshadow palettes I just got from PR from the crayon case. So I will be keeping all of them. And this one actually came shattered. So I have to repress two of the shades. See? It came shattered, so I have to repress them, but I will be using these in upcoming tutorials. So far I'm keeping 3. The next palette is by Urban Decay, and this is their Naked Ultimate Basics palette. I don't really use this palette, never actually used it. My boyfriend bought it for me like 3 years ago, so this will be the #1 declutter. Another palette I've never ever used. I feel ashamed to say this. My mom bought this for me for Christmas. Never used it. It's still in the packaging with the bubble wrap and everything. I was never into using this palette. I'm not really a fan of Jaclyn Hill to begin with, so this can also be decluttered. Okay, something to contradict what I just said. I have the Vault palette from Jaclyn Hill. This is also something I've never used. Like, I've never used any of these shades, these palettes. But I am keeping them because I did swatch them, and I come to find out that I actually have a palette with extremely good quality. So I will be actually doing a couple looks with these. There was actually a look I wanted to do with this palette that I seen someone else do with it. So I will be using that, and whew, look at this one. Look at this one. I freaking love this palette. I will definitely be doing a look with that one. So these 4 palettes are being kept. So far I've kept 7 palettes and gotten rid of 2. We're off to a terrible start. Okay. Next are these MAC small palettes. These small MAC palettes. Let's go one by one. This is the MAC Burgundy ×9 palette. It is really gorgeous, and when I actually bought this around the time I first started really getting serious with makeup. It is terrible quality, and I will be decluttering. Oh my goodness, this is a part of the Disney Channel, the Disney and Maleficent collection. I bought this when the Maleficent collection came out when I was in like high school. I'm pretty sure I was in high school. So that's how long I've had this palette. This is being decluttered. I do not use any of these kind of shades really. So yeah, this is the Patrick Stay With Me palette. Let's just go through both of these are his spring collections from last year. Which I don't really need to keep both of them. Which ones scream to me more? Decluttering, keeping. Now I'm definitely keeping this one because this seems like the best travel palette, It seems like a really good travel palette. It has a nice little tan, a little chocolatey color, and some lid shades. And I really like the packaging, so I will be keeping this one. And pile down another one to go. So this is actually a brand I believe is discontinued. They were selling it on the Shop Hush website that mysteriously vanished. These are the After palettes. They're dupes for the Huda Beauty, Mini Obsessions palettes, I believe. This is the After Dark. This is the After Dark. It looks like that. Keeping. These are amazing travel palettes. This is the After Hours. Keeping. Even though I don't really use rosy tones and stuff like this, I still want to keep it just because I feel like I will use them eventually. Amazing. And oh my goodness, my favorite palette is the Aftershock. Look at that. Gorgeous. I really wish that they would at least sell this palette still somewhere, but they don't. I haven't seen it yet, so if I will keep my eyes peeled out for it. So in case I do see it, I will let you guys know. This is literally amazing quality, by the way. Like, look at this. Like, oh my god. Even this yellow is, do you see that? Gorgeous, gorgeous. Let me get a wet wipe. This is the Kat Von D 10th anniversary palette. It looks like this. It looks like this. It is gorgeous. I really hate to say it, but it is so gorgeous and I love it and I cannot get rid of this. This palette is a keeper. Next we're gonna do, oh, I should do the other Kat Von D palette while I'm at it, huh? The other one is the Metal Matte palette. You know, the Metal Matte, the one that does that. And it looks like this on the inside. I love these shades. It's blue, black, and white. Perfect. I will be keeping, I just won't use these palettes in any tutorials that I do in the future because I know that Kat Von D is very controversial and a lot of people canceled her. So yeah, I just won't be using hair palettes. And this palette is kind of old too. I would use this when I was working. I bought this when I was working at Ulta. And it was like $60 or $70. So I'm not getting rid of this palette. Now I have, sorry. I have two ABH palettes. I have the Alyssa Edwards and the Modern Renaissance. Modern Renaissance. And it looks like this. I never was excited about this palette ever. I bought it because of all the hype, but I was never, ever, ever excited about it. It is good quality. I've used it a bunch of times, as you can clearly see, but I do not think it's a must-have. So, Declutter. Now, my baby. Ooh, my baby. My boyfriend actually just bought this for me for my birthday in June. So, I actually did a look with it. I did this look right here with this palette. It is amazing. This palette is so beautiful. I need to do another look with it or tons more looks with it because I love the color range. I always wanted ABH to make palettes with color because she's very good for neutrals. Her neutral palettes are what is, I guess, everyone likes, but I'm so happy she's finally started to branch out and do more colorful palettes. Keeping. Okay, more palettes from the brand Bad Habit. That is no longer a brand. These are also dupes for Anastasia palettes. This one is for her, I'm not even sure, honestly. I know one of these are for Subculture. I think this, yeah, this one's for Subculture. This is the Retro Love palette from Bad Habit. This palette is gorgeous. I love it. Keeping. Same with this one. I'm not really sure what this one was a dupe for, but I know it was a Anastasia palette. It looks like that. It's so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. This ecstasy shade is literally amazing. Do you see that? Like, look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Okay. Keep. You see my little fat ones? Next, I have a palette that I made from MAC. This is their little, I believe it's 15 pan palettes. And these are not all MAC shades. I have the two that I hit pan on that you see. I've had these since I was in 9th grade. They're NYX single shadows that I just depotted into here. I have MAC, NYX, and Makeup Geek in here. And I have yet to fill these 3 spots up, and I really do not want to. This palette does not bring me joy, does not spark happiness, none of that Marie Kondo stuff, so bye-bye. I believe this is my last palette from Bad Habit. If not, I'll be, oh no, here go another one. No, that's not Bad Habit. Okay, so this is a Bad Habit Athena palette, and this is a dupe for the the Huda Beauty Rose Gold, Rose something, I don't know. It's one of her palettes. I don't really buy Huda Beauty. Once again, she was kind of controversial, just like Kat Von D and and Jaclyn Hill. Anyway, so this palette is gorgeous, but I do not really like shades like this. Once again, I'm gonna say it again, I will keep saying it, shades like this does not make me happy, so I will be decluttering. Now, a palette that I was on a hunt for like 3 years, because Morphe was always sold out of it. I had to buy it from Beauty Bay, and it took like 3 weeks to get to me, was the Morphe B 35B palette, 35B. A cult favorite before the James Charles palette came out. I do not support him, nor will I buy that palette, so I will continue to use this palette until they bring this palette back. And if they never bring it back, then I'm gonna use it until it expires, okay? So this is what this palette looks like. I will be keeping this bad boy. Another Morphe palette that this is the last Morphe palette. Yes, this is the last Morphe palette. This is the Morphe 24G Grand Glamour palette. This palette is intended, this palette is intended for an all-around purpose. Like, you could use it for highlight, bronzer, eyeshadow, blush. So that's what this palette was created for. It's like you could do everything in it. Like, these top 3 shades right here are meant for like highlight, like blush, bronzer, you know, just whatever you would like, honestly. I will be keeping this. I love this palette. As you can see, I do use it quite a bit, especially the shimmers. They're so gorgeous. Especially the shimmers. Look how reflective that is. And I'm barely even tapping my hand in it. Like, look at this. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I honestly believe this is like Morphe's best formula, this palette. Keep it. I have one e.l.f. palette. This is the Matte for Matte eyeshadow palette in Jewel Pop. It looks like that. Okay, it looks like this. This is gorgeous. I feel like this palette is a must for just about anybody, honestly. Like, this palette is freaking gorgeous, and I will be keeping this palette. My next 2 palettes are from Colourpop. I honestly only have two palettes from them. I don't know why I only have 2 palettes from the Colourpop, because their formula is amazing and I love it, and I will continue to love it. This is the Dream Street palette with Kathleen Lights, who is also a little controversial. Maybe I just love controversial people. This is a gorgeous freaking palette. This is a gorgeous palette. I really don't want to admit it, but it's gorgeous. Like, look at this. It's gorgeous. These shimmers are freaking stunning. The pops of blue is gorgeous. This palette is just all around stunning. Keeping. This is the Yes Please palette from ColourPop. This is highly dirty. Anyway, I will be keeping this palette. Let's put these a little bit. There we go. The next is the Makeup Revolution palette. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Subculture palette too. Why do I have two dupe palettes? This is the Reloaded Iconic Division. I don't know. Anyway, so this is what it looks like. It is gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I love it. I just don't use this one. So this will be the glitter. I'm so cutthroat, you guys. It's ridiculous. Like, it's like I already envisioned what I wanted to declutter, and now I'm just making it happen. Okay. So the next, let's do a little bit of a order. Another brand I will be keeping is Juvia's Place. I love their palettes. They are another like controversial brand. They were having some Twitter beef. They was having Twitter fingers, but listen, I love this brand. I spent my money on these palettes, and I will be keeping all of them. I will go through all of them just to show you. I love them all, so don't be a hater. And look at the artwork. They're so cute and creative. Okay, this is the Festival palette. My baby, the Zulu palette. The one that I do not use at all hardly, that I'm keeping regardless, is the Deuce palette. My true baby, the Saharan 2 palette. The Tribe palette. Look how gorgeous this is. I actually did a look with this palette, and I'll put it right here. The Warrior 2 palette. The Afrique. The Saharan. The Masquerade palette. And lastly, the Magic palette. Look at this palette. This palette is gorgeous. I feel like everybody should buy this one. If you don't buy any other Juvia's Place palette, I really feel like you should buy this one. My favorite shades in this palette is, I don't know how to pronounce these shades, but Faso, and Yajidi. Like, look at these two shades. Boom and boom. Like, oh my goodness. They're gorgeous. Like, they're just stunning. So those are all the Juvia's Place palettes that I will be keeping. Oh, sorry. Those are all the Juvia's Place palettes, and I will be keeping all of them. Okay, let's keep it moving. We're almost done. We're killing them one thing at a time. This is the, let's do both of the palettes. This is the Lorac Pro. I have a strange attachment with this palette because I bought this on my 16th birthday. This was the first tie-in product I paid for with my own money. This is the first tie-in product I own, period. As you can see, I even hit pan. And I've showed you every single eyeshadow palette I own, and I've only hit pan on 3 shades out of all the palettes I own. So that's telling you a lot. But I don't use it. I have not used it, and I've had it since I was 16. I'm 23 now, so that is 7 years. This palette is freaking expired, so it's gonna go. Bye bye. This is the Lorac Los Angeles Mega Pro Volume 3, and this is what this looks like. At least I should keep this just in case I do makeup on people, you know. I feel like this would be a beautiful, like, bridal makeup. Not so much the darker shades, like this part of the palette. But I don't use it. I remember when I first bought this, I was excited to use my Ulta discount because they were having, like, if you work at Ulta, you know that they have, like, extra discounts on top of your employee discount. And this palette was, like, literally, like, I bought it for, like, $30, and it was, like, $60. So, yeah. It's gonna go, though, but memories, memories, memories. I want this palette so badly. It's so sad how you can see how boring I used to be. Like, oh, my goodness. This palette is not popping. But it's gorgeous, but it's not popping. So, bye-bye. Another palette my boyfriend bought me. This is the MAC and Jeremy Scott collection. This is the, I don't even know what it's called. The Lo-Fi eyeshadow palette. 29 pans. My boyfriend honestly hates this palette. Let me tell you why. Look at how much space they could have added extra freaking shades. They were being so stingy. These pans are so freaking tiny. It's not even funny. And the pigmentation and MAC eyeshadows really aren't that good. So this can go bye-bye. I never even used it. As you see, there's still the sleeve in there. So that's telling you a lot. Bye-bye. This is the Tartiste Pro. I remember when this palette came out. I was freaking obsessed with the shade Trendy. That's when they took like all the influencers to Bora Bora, and they were like balling. That was like the first big like brand trip I ever seen, and then after that, like brand trips just became so freaking extra. But I remember that was the first brand trip. I was like, wow. I even met one of the ladies who was on the brand trip because she came to the Ulta I worked at, and me and her had a long conversation just about like makeup and the industry and everything. I think her name was like Madison or something. She was very sweet, and she was super young and pretty. But anyway, this palette, I don't use it. It doesn't spark me joy. It has tons of boring shades, and I don't want it no more. So this can go bye. Bye. Now this palette, I know I keep saying some of these palettes really do bring sentimental value to me, and it's really crazy because I don't know why I'm attached to this palette. This is the palette my son gifted me for his my first child gifted me for his first Christmas. Oh my goodness. Really, my mom bought it and put his name on it, but it's just so gorgeous. Pigmentation sucks though, but okay. I'll get rid of it. Oh, I didn't even tell you what it was. This is the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. This is a limited edition palette. It's cute packaging. Oh my god. Okay, bye-bye. This is the Face Candy palette. The Atlantis one. This is actually the joke that Tarte played on everybody for April Fools 2 years ago. Joke's on them. This brand ended up making money on that prank. So, this palette is gorgeous. So gorgeous. In fact, I'm keeping it. I'm in love with greens and blue shades at the moment. So this is a yes for me, dog. This is the Purple Paradise palette. Sorry, it's got that kind of fabric that gets dirty. Look at that. This is gorgeous. Look at that. This is a up-and-coming black-owned brand. It is gorgeous. This palette is so beautiful. I actually did this look creating this palette. It is gorgeous. And I only use that palette to do the look. Look at that. So it's freaking stunning. I can't. The shimmer shades are beautiful. The matte shades are beautiful. I feel like you can make such a neutral look. You can make a purpley look, a pinky look. Like, this palette is so versatile. And it was only, I believe, $12. So really, go check this brand out. She's a beautiful young black woman who created a makeup brand. How can you not love it, you know? Go check it out. I'm keeping this, by the way. The next palettes are from Too Faced. Let's start with the chocolate bar palette, the OG chocolate bar palette. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. It's been loved by me. It's also been lost by me because I barely use it. I never use it. So this will be going bye-bye. And now the Too Faced Sweet Peach. I was on a hump for this for too long to get rid of this. Period. I'm not getting rid of it. Can't no one tell me to ever get rid of this. This palette still smells so good. I don't really see myself using it, but the color Puree, Yummy Summer, and Luscious are a beautiful shade. Beautiful shades to make a very natural look. That's pretty much what I use it for, so. What I'm keeping. Next ones are from BH Cosmetics. Let's start with the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. Oh my god, sorry. It looks like this, like a small version. It looks like this, like a small version of the 35B from Morphe. I really do love this palette. It's so, especially the neon shades in there, with the oranges, like that orange, the yellow, the green, like these shades right here, the pink are gorgeous. I love this palette, so I will be keeping. Next one is the Desert Oasis in BH. It looks like this. It's mostly shimmered with 5 matte shades. My boyfriend bought this for me for my birthday too this year. The shade Utopia is literally an amazing highlight shade. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm keeping this palette. Can no one tell me otherwise? It is boring, but I use it for the shimmers. So, yeah. I have 3 more palettes to go. And then we're done. So this is the matte book from the crayon case. If y'all did not know, I am a crayon cutie. I just became one, baby. Oops. Okay. I guess God wanted me to stop bragging. This is the matte book. Look at that. Freaking stunning. It's stunning. Sickening. I've created so many looks with this palette. It's sickening. This palette is gorgeous. I'm about to hit pan on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on 5 shades already. Luckily, I have a backup. One of these, they gave it to me for PR, so I'm keeping this palette. I will never get rid of this palette. You cannot make me ever get rid of this palette. This palette is friggin' gorgeous. And look, it's scooping. It's so cute. Okay. Next one is the Box of Crayons palette. The thing that I feel got the crayon case so much recognition and acknowledgement was this palette right here. This is when everybody started first getting into colorful looks, and this palette came out, and I wanted it so badly. but it was always sold out. Look at this palette, especially the first 4 shades just catch my eye. I love that they put these first 4 shades together. It's just gorgeous, so gorgeous. Okay, this is the palette that I also do create a lot of looks with. It may not seem like it, but I do really use this look, especially like if I use the box of crayons, the matte book, and then I'll come in here to get the shimmer, because the matte book doesn't have any shimmer shades. So this was a key for me, dog. And it has a nice big mirror that I use to do my makeup sometimes. So yes, ma'am. And the last palette that I have is the EYN Bright Mattes from Beauty Bay. I think this is the actual Beauty Bay brand. And the palette looks like this. Freaking gorgeous. And no one can tell me this palette isn't gorgeous. Like, look at that. Just look at this palette. Just take a look at this palette. Are you done? Are you done? Are you? Okay. This palette is freaking gorgeous. Like, every single shade is just stunning. It's sickening. It's really sickening. I will be keeping this palette, and I suggest you get this palette. This palette is only $20. $20. They're all mattes, but you can also get the palette that has mattes and shimmers. But I'm more of a matte girl, so I just got the all matte palette, and this palette is stunning. Stunning. I'm getting rid of 15 eyeshadow palettes, which means I am keeping 40. So I'm really happy that I'm getting rid of some palettes. These are mostly all neutral palettes. These are palettes that we not use, but some of them are brand new. Can go to a loving, happy home. Thanks for watching my palette declutter. Stay tuned because I will be decluttering my entire makeup collection in parts. So this one is the eyeshadow palette. Next one will be lip products, then foundation, then face base products. So just stay tuned and we will get through my entire collection.